that you, Percy? Oh. What are you doing, Wilson? No, leave my shoelaces alone. Leave my shoelaces alone. Hey, Lionel. Hey, Larry. Sorry, it's a one-man show today, so I didn't have the ability to share the links. Hopefully I have enough battery to do this. Tried to charge my phone some before we started. Hey Connie, you made it today. It's been kind of a hectic week and it's hard to nail down a schedule when things are flying around. But as it stands now, we'll probably do tomorrow's mid-morning or around lunchtime, whenever we come up here to check on everybody. And my coworker is hopefully, she said she was available this weekend, so hopefully she'll cover for me tomorrow evening and Sunday morning, and then we'll go back to Sunday evening and we'll see how Monday goes. It's a holiday, but college football starts tomorrow and I plan to be situated in front of a TV at 7 o'clock tomorrow, so hopefully she'll cover for me tomorrow night. Leave my shoelaces alone, please. Please leave my shoes alone. You're not going to do it though, are you? Well, let me tuck them in my shoe and maybe you will. Or at least try to. There. You guys. I gave them the paper towel roll. I don't know if I'll leave it in here. They like these, but I have a tendency to destroy them pretty quick. But I had to use all my paper towels because when I came in this morning, Doc had turned his, he has a water dish like that in his room, and he had turned the thing over and got the floor wet, and there was a puddle on the food mat. Fortunately, the food mat caught the bulk of it, but there was still some wetness in the carpet. Tried to devise something in there earlier to prevent that, hopefully, and I'm not filling his water up as much. But Doc is just becoming a problem child. Hey, Suzanne. What are you guys doing? I also got Doc a new litter box today. Yeah, he doesn't squat quite enough for his litter box anymore, and sometimes he gets it on the rim of the high back litter box, and he's gotten it on the wall, so I got him a covered litter box today that'll hopefully stop that. I don't know what his problem is. If he's just acting out because all his siblings are gone and he feels like he can do whatever he wants, or what the deal is. He's still sweet when he wants to be, but he can be a brat too. He's come to tolerate these guys a little better. He doesn't growl and hiss the whole time when he comes in here now, but he's still a little bratty and swipes at him and with the occasional hiss. I was looking at the calendar, September 1st, and I had no idea we were going to be still at this from April 28th to now. And it's okay. I just didn't expect it to take this long. Yeah, she has her moments with them. Matter of fact, as soon as I started the stream, I had to shoo her out of here because she had just run in here. Why are you clawing my leg, Hank? She had run in here, and I mean, as long as she can just walk around and do her own thing, she's fine, but she really doesn't want to be bothered with them. Hank is having a spaz attack in my lap, chasing his tail. I guess Percy's trying to help him with it. No, you can't get the phone. No. Guess you can get the phone if you try hard enough. Hopefully Melanie can come in and give them a claw trim tomorrow. I could probably do it, but one, it's easier with two people, and two, I've never done it before. My fear is I'm gonna screw something up and trim them too short. Would you stop, Hank? Yeah, I don't know if you can see, Hank has some serious daggers going on that need to be trimmed back. That's what Wilson. So we had somebody contact us about Wilson twice now. Both times it's fallen through. First person inquired, and then I sent him my information and said, here's my email, here's my phone number, give me a call if you want to come see him. And I never heard anything back. The second person, I guess they lived in a place that used to allow pets, and they contacted me, and I sent them an application, and there's a question on the application about, do you own or rent? And if you rent, does your landlord know that you're going to get a cat? And she said that she contacted her landlord and told them that she was going to get a cat, and they told her that, effective now, we're not allowing pets. So back to square one. One of my coworkers took, and Melanie might have already told you this yesterday, I don't know, but one of my coworkers took Doc to meet a friend of his who had just had to put their cat down. But I don't know if anything will come of that just yet. We'll know in coming days, I suppose. I had to terrify these guys with a vacuum cleaner earlier. I figured since I gave dock the new covered litter box, I would bring the other small one from the main room in here. A coworker took Doc over to meet a friend of his who had just had to put their cat down. He put him in the carrier and took him over there yesterday. But then, like I said, there's no decision made. I don't know if they're ready to get another cat yet or not, but he went on a little adventure, if nothing else, and came back wound up. He was ready to go when he got out of that carrier. You got this whole room to fight in. Why are you going to fight in my lap? Hank. But I so wish Doc would get along with these guys, because they're all so sweet, and they tolerate everybody. All the cats that have come in here, they've just been like, okay, cool, it's another cat. And I'll call Monday and set up an appointment for Zelda so she can be fixed and have her last shots, and that'll be done, and then all that's left is to find them at home. Toying with the idea of Facebook ads again, and I need to post some updated pictures. I have to go back and look at the flyer I made and see how out of date it is. I know they've grown some, but I don't know if they look a lot different than they did when those pictures were taken. But like I told everybody before, the Pet Finder page was the key to success for the 4 that have been adopted. I didn't really have any luck with the Facebook ads or the flyers, but I guess we just got to keep trying. See you there. First, to be the center of attention. I start talking to the other cats. He's like, nope, nope, look at me. I'm in your lap. But you're right, Kyle. These are really good-natured cats, and I think they'll fit in with just about anybody's other cats. At least I hope. The only time I've heard any of them hiss is when Doc was terrorizing them. They didn't appreciate it. Wilson, don't start bothering Percy. See, they like to get up on the side of my leg and reach underneath my leg and harass whoever's sitting in my lap. And then whoever's sitting in my lap decides, well, I'm going to fight back, and the feud begins. Yeah, it's hard to keep Percy out of our lap when we sit down in here. Which Hank, he likes the lap, and Zelda likes the lap, and Wilson likes the lap. Lionel is, well, he's on the fence about it. I bet given some time he would enjoy it too, but he tends to like to just lay down next to you. Lionel's over there hanging out in the hammock. I know Larry saw, but earlier it was mid-morning, I guess, but daylight outside nonetheless, and there were people here, and Stella was laying in the hammock. while these guys were running around being crazy. But she stayed out until my coworker came up here to visit with them, and I guess she's not real familiar with her and got spooked and ran back under the desk. But that's progress. I mean, the past couple of days, Stella's been out and about a lot more. I'm blocking all the light. What are you guys doing? Hank's back to the shoelaces. I bet he's almost chewed through that one. It's well, that was Wilson actually chewing on my shoelace. It's Hank. I thought it was Hank chewing on my shoelace, but it was Wilson. I was looking at the news today, and it's still anybody's guess where it's going to go, but they're saying that hurricane in the Atlantic, Irma, is going to be a monster. I don't want it to hit anybody, but if it comes this way, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't leave these guys on the 3rd floor of a 100-year-old building with that thing bearing down. It won't be as strong when it gets here as it would be on the coast, but they were saying like the possibility of 170-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and it's not good. Could still potentially be 100 by the time it gets here. We're a little ways inland, but not that far. I hope that thing just circles around and goes back out into the Atlantic to die off. Was that Ivan in 2004? I think that was Ivan. Ivan came this way. It was, again, not as bad as it would have been in Florida or on the coast, but it was a monster. Wilson. Okay, I got you. I guess you really remember the ones that impact you more than the others, with a few exceptions. Katrina and Harvey will go down in the books. What's that, Lizzie? Yeah, I'm terrified of bad weather. Lightning, tornadoes, all of that. And there's a little bit of all of it in a hurricane. Ah. Yeah, sorry, I try to post the links beforehand, but it's kind of a two-person thing because I have to use YouTube to do the live stream, and if Melanie's here, I can, just share the link with her before we start it, and she can paste it in the chat, and vice versa. But I have to rely on you guys when it's just me. But Melanie got off work at 2 o'clock today. I could have left a little early, but not really early enough to make a difference. And I'd already flaked out on the times for a couple of live streams anyway. I said I would just stick with 5:30 on this one. No shoelaces for you. But as I say, tomorrow's live stream will be a little earlier in the day. We try to get up here mid-morning, but sometimes on Saturdays we're a little lazy and don't get here until noon or so. We leave enough food to get by just in case. Either way, speaking of lazy, this one's been kind of lazy today. Slide that up a little bit. And Miss Stella, let's turn the light on. Being shy right now. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You don't want to come out right now? I left Doc out in the main room. Let's see what trouble he's gotten into. Hopefully my battery's not gonna crap out on me. Melanie also normally has the little battery pack. I've got my computer audio on so I hear my echo. Melanie normally brings that little battery pack with her so I can plug it in as I go, but there's Clara. Doc may be in the box over here. It's hard to tell with Clara standing on top of it. So there's my, it's like a Rubbermaid tub lid under the food mat with the food and water on top of that. And hopefully anything that spills will get caught. And that's the $20 litter box I bought today because Doc's being a dummy. Now I have to try to find him. And there's Stumpy. I hate when they go on the side of the room because the side of the room is such a mess. There he is. This is just chaos over here. And these two desks. And on the floor. You stay on the floor. Let's see if I can find this toy. I love Doc to death. But Doc is testing my patience. I think he'll be a lot better when he gets adopted and he's the only cat and he doesn't have to show his butt all the time. Come here. Because when I go in that room in the mornings and try to feed him and it's just him, he's Normally pretty sweet. He's just got to show off when he comes out here with the others. Let everybody know how big and bad he is. Sorry, Lizzie. Well, I'm sure you probably know. This is Doc. That's Clara. That's Stumpy. And Lily is in there somewhere. She's been obsessed with being in there lately. And I don't want to shut her up in there, but I don't know if she would be that disappointed if I did. She might be if she had to deal with this guy for whatever length of time she has to stay in there. What you doing, Doc? What is this all about? Since when do you get in my lap anymore? He has his moments where he can be sweet, but again, he's in there with Clara for the night. And then when he gets his freedom, he's like, oh, I'm free. I have to run and be as crazy as I can before I get shut up again. And he'll do a lot better when he's just free to roam as he pleases and knows at the end of the day nobody's going to shut him up. But he is a kitten. And there's too much going on in this main room to leave him unattended right now. Still. No? Okay. My bad. Oh, getting butt wiggle. He's about to go get her. Yeah, Doc does need a home, without a doubt. Get my finger out of the way. I'm not sure, Larry. I remember when she was a kitten, a very small kitten, I mean, old enough, like probably 5, 6 weeks, old enough to be running around and not hidden away by Stella. But from the first time I laid eyes on her, her tail was like that. So I really have no clue. Given the neighborhood, my guess says injury, but I honestly couldn't tell you. Doc is so much like Tabby. His mannerisms and everything. He's a little more crazy than Tabby is, but they do the same things. This litter bucket, my coworkers flipped it upside down on his desk and set his computer on it. That was his standing desk for a while. That's why it's still in here. Let's see if Lily is still in here. She's the only one you haven't really gotten a look at. She was hiding behind the door earlier. Not there. Second guess is the tunnel. Nope, under the desk. going behind the couch because she knows the time is near where I'm gonna get her out of there. But it's about 6 o'clock. I was gonna try to do a little bit of yard work when I got home. And the days keep getting shorter and shorter, so I should probably go and get started. But just once more, we'll do the close-up stream when we come in tomorrow. I'll try to give you a heads up if you're watching the other streams before we get up here, but most likely mid-morning-ish, maybe right around noon. We'll see how lazy we are in the morning. But I'll be watching College Game Day, so I'll be awake. So thank you guys. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Lizzie, Suzanne. Now I got to wrangle these guys up, and or at least this one and Claire. Claire may have already gone in there. So thank y'all for watching. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you then.